I'm back here at the Aztec Sheriff's Department to drop off the complaint on the young lady that never gave her name in the court services and Megan.
There's nothing like listening to chart.
Okay, keep going.
Good morning, how are you?
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, may I get your name, please?
My name is Denise.
Denise? Thank you, Denise. I'm here to drop off some complaints that I filled out for the young lady that's working in the court services.
I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear you.
I'm dropping off some complaints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is on Megan and the one that works here and the young lady that never gave her name in the court services.
Okay.
Yeah, when asked by the public, they're supposed to give their name, you know, during the First Amendment audit.
Okay, do you want me to leave a copy with you?
Yes, may I get a copy of both, please?
Are these
Yes.
both the same?
Yeah, but they're,
Okay.
yeah,
All right, let me make a copy. I'll be right back.
okay. That a young lady hiding over here. I'm sure she won't give her name still, but yeah, they're not being taught the First Amendment at all. No training, nothing. Last time I talked to Sheriff Sherman, and he said they do training on the First Amendment, but it don't show. You guys don't have a supervisor.
Sorry, what was that?
You don't have a supervisor in today, do you?
Do I have a supervisor in today?
Yeah, maybe a lieutenant.
Well, there's always lieutenants on duty.
Yeah, is there a way I can speak to lieutenant?
I'll have to see who's available. Is your name on here by any chance?
Yeah, Four Corner Oddity.
But your name.
Four Corner Oddity.
Right, and your first name though, so I can let the lieutenant know who he's talking to?
Yeah, he knows me. He knows who I am.
Okay.
I think that we've already made complaints that he's dropping off. On Megan and he said the other person that works here at the front. And then somebody in the courtroom. Okay.
Okay, we're working on seeing which of the lieutenants is in and available, okay?
Okay, I just want to ask you a question. You guys you guys do First Amendment training here in this department, do you?
Well, every person's job is going to be a little bit different, but like for me, I'm a records technician and I
Yeah.
learn about release of information and all of that.
Yeah.
That pertains to what your rights are
Yeah.
when you get records.
You know what a First Amendment is, right?
Well, yes.
Yes.
But we get trained in as it relates to our position.
Yeah, because the last time I talked to Lieutenant Sherman, he told me that you guys do First Amendment training here in this department, but it don't show at all. Yeah, like this young lady over here, she could have said hi, and said her name. I was gonna ask her name, but she'd rather hide and stuff like that. Same thing with this young lady over here. It's more professional. That's what these audits are for, to make sure that the government workers are being accountable and professional. That's your duty to serve the public, and that's all. Just be professional. And
Yep, that's what we're here for.
yeah. So, but it's not what I've been getting lately. So that's why I wanted to talk to Lieutenant. These guys that are uppers, they oversee you guys, but we, the people, are the ones that are really in charge. Because we know where our tax money goes. It funds these buildings, the vehicles, the parks and stuff like that, all the way down to your salaries. So that's why we have a right to exercise under the First Amendment, which is a constitutional protected activity. Hopefully you understand why I'm here now. So this is the reason why I have these complaints here, because it's the lack of the First Amendment training is not being taught here, is what we're finding out. So that's very important.
I have stamped it that it was received and on the date and the time.
Okay.
On
Somebody from upstairs to let me know who's available.
all right, so we'll be right with you, okay?
Okay, appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me your name. Really do.
Yeah, no problem.
What's the young lady? Court services that never gave her name, so. Took me a little break from work and decided to come over here and drop off the complaints. And I called to Bloomfield Police Department this morning, and same thing. Another young lady answered the phone saying her name was Leticia, I think she said, and right away she started asking me for my name. I gave her my channel name, and unprofessionally she hung up the phone on me again. Then it's about maybe going on almost 2 months now. I dropped off complaints on the 2 deputies that arrested me for criminal trespass and resisting arrest, and I still haven't got no response back from that yet. Just like I asked for their body cams last year, and no response from that either. So
Do we sign out?
I'll sign it out.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
I'm trying to get information on the magistrate court security guard. Pulled out his camera on me, and their superiors work here in Aztec, New Mexico, and I tried calling them, and they would say if I would come down with my camera and stuff like that, they would call the sheriffs on me. And when I called the sheriff's department and asked them if they got a call from Aztec superiors.
Hello, Mr. Cheen.
How you doing?
Good, how are you today?
Doing good.
Just reading the paperwork that you dropped off.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk to you about how come the First Amendment training is still not being taught here in this your department.
So what isn't being taught?
When asked by the public for their names, like this young lady over here in the court services, the last time I came in, remember we had a word about that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
and-
talked about it, and it's not absolutely necessary for them to identify themselves.
Yeah, they're public employees, right? Government
Yeah, but they
workers.
don't have to tell you the name.
Yeah, they do. It's their duty, you know.
If there's a lawful reason that it's being requested,
Mm-hmm.
other than I just want to know what your name is,
Mm-hmm.
then there's a good reason for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
This is the reason why your department is a fail, because you guys are not teaching the
you
the
say
First
that we
Amendment.
fail, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the people say that you fail.
that's your opinion, and you have every right to it. That is your First Amendment right.
Yeah, but how come you guys are not training the employees here?
We've done everything we need to, Mr. Chi.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Which is.
talked with people.
Mm-hmm.
We've let everybody know
Yeah. So
what the expectations are of them.
yeah,
So
so you're saying that they don't have to, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Saying that they don't have to tell you their name
This is the
if
fir-
they don't feel comfortable in telling you their name.
But they're public.
I'll tell you
servants.
my name.
I know your name.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Give your name, badge
Yeah,
number.
it's Lieutenant Sherman, R555.
See how simple that was? That,
Yeah.
that would make your department a whole lot professional if they would just give their name. You know, that's their duty, just like you.
And how many times have you come here?
About 3 or 4 times now.
And how many times have you been treated poorly?
The last time was when they didn't give. Wasn't poorly.
I'm not asking when was the last time that someone didn't tell you their name. When was the last time you were treated poorly?
It's not poorly. It's just the poor attitudes that are in these buildings. which is-
How is it a poor attitude when they're not?
I'm
giving
not
you
here to
their name?
argue with you. You know.
They're not saying anything negative to you in any
When
way,
they're
shape,
when
or
asked by the
form.
public, they're public employees, right?
They don't have to give you their name
Okay.
unless there's a lawful reason that they need
So it
to.
doesn't have to be a lawful reason. It's their duty to give
No.
their name. Oh, yeah.
My job, absolutely. And I'll give you my name every single time.
This is the reason why your department's a fail, because you guys aren't
In
training
your
the correct way.
opinion,
In the people's opinion, the people who are
your
watching.
opinion, you have the right to it.
See how unprofessional this guy is?
So
These guys hate me so much.
we have nothing negative to say about you, Mr. Chi. We've never disrespected you.
It's not the
We've
disrespect.
we've never treated you poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Uh-huh.
And that is the job of a professional public agency, is not to discriminate against people, not to have any bias against them, and to remain professional. And
And-
that's what we've done. We've never treated you poorly, so there's no disrespecting you in any way.
So that body cam that you said that you're going to take a look at, Deputy D. Smith and Gonzalez's body cam. You
Yeah,
said
I've watched all of it, and I've watched your video. of
And
it
you
as
said
well.
that you were going to determine if it was a lawful arrest or if it wasn't.
And it absolutely was a lawful arrest.
And what you and
And that's why it's still pending in court.
and I never resisted arrest.
What's that?
And how come the body cams are not given to the public defender, my public defender?
I can't speak to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what request your public defender has submitted.
Because you guys are
I
not
know
doing
that
your
we
job
don't
correct.
hold body camera footage.
Mm-hmm.
We release it when it's asked for.
Yeah, it's been
So
asked
I don't
for
know-
ever since last year, but you guys are still not giving it up.
Have you made the request, or was it your defense
Oh, I have
attorney?
made the request and my defense
Okay.
attorney. Yeah.
So that's something I would have a conversation with your public defender.
Oh, I have.
I can look into our side of it,
Mm-hmm.
because we keep records when stuff was released, so.
Yeah.
But we also don't make a habit of just releasing it unless it's asked for.
Well, your habit is not teaching the First Amendment here about the public's rights about coming in here when asked by the public to give their name professionally.
I don't see how them giving the name has anything to do with it.
It's a First Amendment
Now, if
audit.
they have ever treated you poorly,
I'm not
then
here
that's
for that.
something that we can deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But if all that they've done is not give a name,
This-
when you have no other standing other than wanting to come in
Mm-hmm.
to get their name, to try and bait them into going and being able to post on your videos, saying that we failed the First Amendment audit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that again,
You're talking
that's
to
your opinion.
You're saying me, but you're talking to the people who oversee you. We oversee you guys. You guys act. You guys.
Yes,
are,
we
you-
100% are a public agency.
You guys are so used to being in charge, thinking that you guys run the show.
No,
Oh yeah.
our sheriff, he answers to the people.
Yeah, I try
And
to.
the election is coming up, and he's running unopposed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, by all intents and purposes, he'll be elected again by the people of San Juan County.
Mm-hmm.
The people will continue
I'm
to
not
speak.
worried. I'm not worried about who's running and who's going to be sheriff. I'm worried about this department being unprofessional.
But that's how, if you feel that there's things that need to change, that's the legal process for those things to change.
Yeah, that's why I read these complaint
Which
forms.
is why we have elections.
Mhm.
When you're unhappy with a service being provided
Yeah.
by a public entity,
Yeah.
and sometimes it goes to
See, you're going down a
judges.
whole different road here. I'm just trying to ask
No,
you
it's all
something
the same.
simple. I'm
No,
trying to
but
ask you
you're
something
saying-
simple. But
you're
now you want to
saying-
argue with me here as your boss.
No, I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
trying to explain to you some of the thought process, but
No, you're
if
just-
if you don't want to hear it,
You're just
I
upset.
can't change that.
You're just upset because your department's failing.
How am I upset? What impression have I given you that I'm upset?
Yeah, you've been upset ever since I started auditing.
The last time you didn't have your camera,
Mm-hmm.
did we have a good conversation?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are we having a good conversation now?
It seems like you're a little upset now because you don't want to teach your department the First Amendment.
No, I'm not upset about anything.
But you're going down the wrong road.
I've just explained
You're
to you
informing them the
that
wrong.
you have the right to your opinion, and that is absolutely your right.
Mm-hmm.
And no one can take your opinion away from you.
Mm-hmm.
If I disagree with your opinion, that doesn't mean that I'm being negative or anything towards you. I'm expressing a different belief and a different understanding.
No, you didn't want to come out here and speak to me at all, but you had to because we oversee you guys. We
No,
pay
I
for
didn't-
your salaries.
I didn't have any issues coming and talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single one. As soon as I heard that that you were down here and wanting to talk to someone,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I talked to him the last time and we had a good conversation.
If it was somebody
Absolutely, I'll
else,
come
if it was, I was hoping it wasn't you because I already knew this was going to happen already.
What did you know was going to happen?
You
That we were going
defending,
to have a good conversation?
you defending these guys from the Constitution of the United States, saying that they don't have a right to give their name.
No. I'm just saying that they don't have to tell you their name
And that's where
if
you're
you
wrong.
don't have a lawful reason that you're requesting it of them.
It's simple. You just when
Yeah.
asked by the public as public servants,
Yeah,
give
but
your
they
name.
don't have to.
See?
It's a nice
That's the
thing to
reason
do.
why your department is a fail.
And that is your opinion.
The
and
people's
you,
opinion.
And you have the right to the opinion.
You're talking to the people, not just me.
When you're making a video, you're doing it and you're posting it on your page.
Because I'm being sent here by your bosses.
By my bosses,
Mm-hmm.
by the people.
Exactly.
And
Now you're getting it.
There's
Now you're
plenty
getting
of
it.
opportunities that people have to voice their opinions
Mhm.
and to voice their concerns if they feel things are being done inappropriately.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely it.
That's why I'm being encouraged to do this and stuff like that by the people who
And
oversee
by
you.
all means,
Mhm.
like I said, we've never had any issues with you being here.
Mhm.
You're coming here for good, valid purposes and bringing
Yeah.
paperwork. You're not coming just to come.
Oh, no.
There's usually some points with you being here.
Yeah.
From the last conversation that we had, said there was never going to be a problem with you being in here and filming.
Because I have a right to be in here
unless
under the First Amendment.
unless there's other people in here that are trying to conduct their own personal business that don't want it aired in a public format.
That's not them to make that decision.
Oh, absolutely, they
No,
do
it's
have
not.
that right.
No.
Yeah, people have the right for what gets.
Well, I'm kind of glad you did come out now and express the way you expressed it,
Sure.
because it's going to be another fail. This is a
Yeah,
total fail.
and like I said, you have the right to your opinion.
Name and badge number again?
I already gave it to you once.
I asked
You remember it. You'll remember it the next time.
All right. All right. Thanks for coming out.
All right.
Thanks
thank
for coming
you,
out.
Mr. G. Take care.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
safe day.
You too. There you go, guys. Start from the top, and seems like this guy doesn't like me at all. He doesn't like the First Amendment, and he's saying it's up to the public here to give their name if they want or not. So, all right, guys, I'm out.